Hi everybody, hope you are all well. It's Jane here and I'm back today with another video for Wow Embossing Powders. So today I'm going to be playing with the recently released Speckled Pearls Trio. I have swatched out the powders onto the lids of my jars here, and you can see that we have got the speckled sage, the speckled egg and speckled turquoise. I'm also going to be using some gold embossing powder too. And I'm going to make up some of these colour block petals, which is a small die from Spellbinders. So my plan is to make my own heat embossed cardstock. So I am pressing my embossing ink pad down onto some white card, and then I'm going to cover this with each of the colours in the Speckled Pearls Trio. So I'm just shaking up the jar here to get the elements inside the powder to mix up together nicely. And then I am pouring it over my background. So I'm just going to shake off any excess. And then there's a little area here which doesn't get great coverage. So I'm popping a little bit of extra powder over, and I'm using my jar to scoop it up and do that. The reason for that is because wow powders are treated with anti-static, so never pour your wow powders into a different container or use a plastic spoon with them that you might see with some other embossing powders, because it removes all of that anti-static goodness. So I've created, as you can see here, a sheet of embossed cardstock from each of the three colours in the trio, and I've also used some gold wow embossing powder as well to make up a gold sheet. So what I'm going to do next is just take some white cardstock and use the background die from that Spellbinders set. I'm going to cut out a whole bunch of those petals, and I will be putting the little nesting petals on the top of those background pieces. So the next thing to do is to get the detailed die and to run it through with some of my homemade heat embossed cardstock. And I'm going to do that a bunch of times for each of the colours in the trio. So you can see here when I use my pokey tool to get this out of the die, that it's created a number of little petal shapes in nesting sizes, and we're going to build those up to make the petals. And I'm going to alternate the colours. So that I go from sage to turquoise to speckled egg to gold and so on, and make up those multicoloured petals. So you can see on the left one that I've already done, and I'm just showing you another. I'm using liquid glue here just to get coverage all over the background piece. And then I'm going to take one of my, I forget which colour it is that I've done first on here. Let's have a look. It's speckled, oh no, it's gold. I'm going to take a gold piece first and pop that on. And then I am going to add on my speckled egg, and then come in with the speckled turquoise and the speckled sage. And then finally move back to the gold in the middle to make up a full petal. This was actually quite a relaxing process for me. It's kind of like piecing together a jigsaw. So it did take quite a while to do all the petals that I needed to do for my background, but I quite enjoyed the process. So here you can see all the completed ones, and I mean, it's not going to be the type of card that you mass produce, is it? It does take a little while, but I think it was worth it in the end. So I'm just covering my card base with, my card panel with some tape runner, and then I'm working out which way that I want to pop my petals on. I'm overlapping them a little bit to reduce the amount of white space between the petals, and also to give them a bit of kind of 3D texture, because each petal is slightly raised off the next one. The other thing that I'm trying to do is make sure that the two adjacent petals next to each other don't have the same colour on the outside of the petal, to make sure that it's got a good bit of variety. So I'm just finishing sticking down those petals now, and once they're all done, I'm going to grab my large Tim Holtz shears. These are the 9.5 inch titanium shears that I'm going to use. And then I'm just going to trim down the excess from over the edges. Obviously you could use a paper trimmer to do that as well, but I find that with my guillotine and also my rotary cutter, it doesn't like to have too many layers of card going through it. So for things like this, it can be easier just to use your scissors to trim it away. And now I've got a few little petals left over as well, so I can save them for another project in the future. So that is the die cutting portion of my card done, and now I'm going to move on to my sentiment. So I'm using this sentiment set from the stamp market. It's called the award-winning greeting stamp, and I'm just going to ink it up with some black ink. Today I'm just using Extreme Black from My Favourite Things, and off camera I've actually stamped that down another couple of times just to make sure that I get a nice solid impression. And to finish off my card, I have grabbed some Pink Fresh Studio Gold Pearls, and I'm popping them down onto my card with some liquid glue and my gem picker or pickup stick. And I'm using a design trick or rule that I learnt from the lovely CZ Design, and I'm using an odd number of sequins or gems to add visual interest to my card. So that is the end of the card for today. I hope you like it. I love the amount of shine and kind of opulence this card brings. Please do feel free to check out the rest of the projects made by the Wow Design team using this amazing trio. And if you have a moment and you'd like to see some more of my videos, also please feel free to pop over to my YouTube channel. I'm on here as Card Days Night. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you again for watching.